And we're going to continue the hockey talk now as we welcome in our good friend Matthew Barnaby. 834 NHL game. Whoa, nice. 834 NHL games played. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Tampa, New York Rangers, Colorado, Chicago, and Dallas. You'd think I'd remember that all, but that's a lot, Barney. I think I know exactly where you are. Is that Lake Louise, my man?
That is, first of all, you're going to go hoarse trying to remember all the teams that I played for, but I do appreciate that. Yes, drove in for the day from Banff. Beautiful, beautiful vacation. But yes, spending a day in Lake Louise, absolutely stunning for anyone that hasn't been here.
Oh, that is fantastic. Good for you. You're out there for a wedding? Did I see that on your social media?
No, don't tell my girlfriend that. That's going to scare me right there. No, I was in for an Alzheimer's event in Calgary with Mike Commodore, a bunch of the alumni. We were fortunate enough to raise $1.3 million for Alzheimer's. So just a great event for Gordie Howe Cares. And then while you're out here, you got to make the trip and do Banff and Lake Louise. It would be a waste if I didn't.
Yeah, do you ever? Good for you, man. Enjoy it. We'll be back there before too long. So we have a Final Four in the Stanley Cup playoffs that features Colorado, Edmonton, and the New York Rangers and Tampa Bay Lightning. How many of those would you have foreseen happening?
Oh, I didn't have those four teams. I had Colorado, did not have Edmonton in there, and I didn't have the New York Rangers, but I did have Tampa. I thought it was going to be a lot better series between Florida. I thought Florida was really a juggernaut, but Tampa shows why they're two-time defending Stanley Cup champions. So New York Rangers found a way. I thought they would win Game 7. Carolina just couldn't figure out their power play, couldn't win on the road, and that came back to bite them. But I think these are going to be two great series, and especially that Avs-Colorado. I really think Avs-Colorado against Edmonton, you have two of the best players in the game and arguably the best player to ever play the game in Connor McDavid facing McKinnon. So I think that's going to be absolutely electric series and just great for hockey.
Yes, and to be honest with you, let's just go a little deeper down that road because Bernie Nichols was on here yesterday, our Bet Regal ambassador, NHL ambassador. He's like, I don't even want to touch that series right now in terms of a prediction. Like, nor do I. Can we agree it'll be long and fast? But what do we see coming out of this?
Yeah, I see it being long and fast. I'm going to take Edmonton only purely from the betting standpoint of getting a lot of plus money. You know, you're almost going to have to bet 2-1 for Colorado, and I don't think they're 2-1 favorites in this series. So betting-wise, I like Edmonton. I think it's going to be a long series. I can guarantee it's going to be fast. The one thing with you look at Edmonton and Calgary, they just couldn't stop Connor McDavid in that series, and he was just dominant. He's been dominant all playoffs long. They have someone almost as good as Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon, so it's going to be so fast. So fun to watch, and two of the best young players to ever play the game. It's going to be an awesome series, and I just pray it's long. I thought Tampa, Florida was going to be long, and unfortunately, we didn't see that.
Okay, Barney, you've brought it up twice. I'm always here for the Florida discussion and that Tampa series. And again, I hate to quote Bernie, but I want to tell you what he said yesterday. He thinks the Leafs would have beat Florida if the Leafs had gotten by Tampa. Like, why is everybody trouncing Florida? And they deserve it. I mean, they got swept in round 2 with a President's Cup winning team, but where do you see them going from here?
Yeah, I think it would have been a better series playing Toronto. I think it was a better matchup for them. Tampa, listen, when Tampa starts rolling, they're almost impossible to stop. I mean, because they have arguably the best goalie in the world in Andrei Vasilevsky. So you're not going to get easy ones on him. And certainly when it comes time and the chips are down, he's the guy. Florida just didn't play well in the series. Their best game was Game 4. They should have won that one. But when you lay an egg for pretty well 3 of the first 4 games in the series against a team like Tampa Bay and all the weapons that they have, even without Braden Point, you're just not going to thrive in that series. So Tampa showed us why they're as good as they are. And if you don't bring your A game, you're not going to beat them. You have to bring your A-plus game to beat them, and then you still have to solve Andrei Vasilevsky.
By the way, Barney, the viewers are having some fun with this and pointed out, I think it was Jeff in Winnipeg, that 3 of the 4 in the Final Four are your alumni. You're alumni of 3 of the Final Four. So, yeah, there's a pretty good chance most of the teams you would be.
Yeah, why couldn't they have done it when I was there, right?
How about that?
Yeah, good point. Look, Barney, you and I travel in a lot of the same circles, and I just want to let's take a diversion from the teams that are in the playoffs and talk some that aren't. And for instance, I was at the Centennial Cup, man, and it was awesome, and there was a lot of former NHLers there. And we're in the luxury suites of the beautiful Estevan rink, and people are leaning over the table at me going, well, you're a Golden Knights fan. Those are your buddies. Who's really running that team down there? And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't want to know, because right now it doesn't look good, especially with what Gerard Gallant's doing. I bet you're getting those kind of questions too, man. Like, what is going on with Vegas?
Man, colossal disaster, isn't it? From what we saw in the first couple of years, and everything they touched turned to gold. George McPhee was running the ship there. I honestly don't know who's doing it now, and I love Gerard Gallant. I just think he's a tremendous person. I thought it was unfair how that all played out there, but yeah, it's been a disaster, from cap situation to goalie situation to coaches being fired and just not producing when you get a guy like Jack Eichel into the fold. So where do they go from here? Listen, they have a lot of expectations, and heavy expectations after what they accomplished in the first couple of years. So it's a great place to be, a great place to play. They have some magic from the first few years, but they better figure it out quick, or there's going to be some other people losing their job, and it's going to be a little higher up in the food chain.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody went so far as to say, well, it's a joke that they went to the Stanley Cup. It's too bad they went to the Stanley Cup in their first season. I don't believe that. I don't think you do that easily. How do you feel about that comment?
No, listen, all things aligned for the Golden Knights because of the cap situation and being a flat cap, where we were in the salary cap era, and people trying to unload contracts. And Seattle didn't get the same result and the same options that they did. So there was still a lot of great maneuvering by George McPhee at the time at the expansion draft, and then parlaying that into making great decisions in trades and personnel. So this team was built great. Unfortunately, they just didn't live up to expectations last year. I still thought they were going to find a way until the numbers were just coming, and Dallas was just a way better team, more consistent, and they just couldn't put it up.
Absolutely. Barney, listen, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Looks like you got a great day planned, but tell us about Matthew Barnaby Unfiltered. It's happening. You got the podcast dropping. Let everybody know about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty darn excited about it. Obviously, I work with Bet99 in Canada, and this is just another part of it. For me, I always wanted my podcast to be a little bit different. And when I started it a few years ago, I enjoyed doing it, but it wasn't exactly how I wanted. So it's going to be everything from life to sports to gambling. And as you know me, and we know each other very well, and you've been very kind to have me on, and just really appreciate all the time that we've spent together. But it's going to be everything that I think in life, and my humble opinion, whether you like it or not. So going to be launching Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, hopefully from Edmonton, live there, and a lot of interactive stuff coming. And also we'll be at the Memorial Cup, hopefully to cheer on my best friend Jay McKee and the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Oh, wow. Well, Barney, you got the best takes. I know this is going to be a must listen. Good luck with it. Anything you need, you know where to find us, and enjoy the rest of your trip. I appreciate the time today.
Awesome. You're the man. Keep up the awesome work. Watch you every day, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. The great Matthew Barnaby. Big fan of his. Always have been. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of the Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.